Hello, people of the internet. It's me, BarryDragon107 in the house now of the X1 and Shizwiz, and that song is called Gay Activity. You knew it was going to happen one day. I mean, it's one thing to expose PewDiePie, but it's another thing to expose childhood friends. Not like that I've done that before. Amazing Phil was my childhood bully. Okay? It's one thing to expose PewDiePie, who I have met, but it's another thing to expose childhood friends. But, you know, no one is safe from my wrath of cleanly justice, distributed to the population as truth. Gospel truth to your ears and eyes on the YouTube. Today, I'd like to talk about all the members of the Yogscast. In this Yogscast grand exposing extraordinaire, boom boom explosion, da da. I don't know, maybe I'll put some music there. I doubt it. I'm really lazy. Anyway, so I have a list of things I would like to expose right here in my old art book. I drew some pictures in here when I was younger, so look at that. That's a picture of Smeagol. Look, 10 out of 10 wood bang, again. You know, got a picture of Godzilla in there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, if you ask me. But no one ever asks me, because I have no friends. Anyway, that's not true. I'm actually really popular. But anyway, I'd like to expose Yogscast, Lewis and Simon. Okay. So, Lewis and Simon, as I had said before, were actually my childhood friends. We used to go to the same school together, me and Lewis and Simon. We used to floric in the playground together, skipping, holding hands, just jumping around, you know, and you know that was when, you know, we were having loads of fun times as kids, and that was when I gave them a really cool idea. I was like, hey, why don't we start a YouTube channel? And they were like, hell yeah! Because obviously there was YouTube back then. Duh. And we started a YouTube channel together, Blues F-Offs. It was pretty cool, had lots of subscribers. And this was like back when we were really young though. And actually, one of the things I did suggest was, hey, how about we make a Minecraft series about some sort of, I don't know, a villain called Israfel, my idea, who harasses you two, and I'll be the producer. My idea, as again. But they were like, yeah, that seems like a really cool idea, James. Didn't use it for years. They did not use it for years. But after a certain amount of time, Lewis and Simon, you know, they had grown really close together. And they actually, after a while, it took a very long time, but eventually they became a gay couple. Ain't got nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But that obviously explains the song Gay Activity. It's all piecing together now. Like puzzle pieces. No wonder they made a channel together. That's what couples do. Couples always make YouTube channels together. See, PewDiePie and his girlfriend, they broke up. I was in the way. PewDiePie's girlfriend loves me. That's why they haven't made a channel together. Anyway, so after becoming a couple, there wasn't I was sort of like this third wheel sort of thing. Like a third wheel sort of thing, and they didn't really see much use of me. So I was like the director, I guess, and I was getting scrap all paid for me. And eventually, what they did was they actually kicked me out of the Yogscast. I used to have my own Yogscast channel, actually. I used to have my own Yogscast channel called Yogscast James. I'll put up a picture of that now. It's like that was my profile picture. That's a rough sketch, but that was the picture I used to have on my old channel. Yogscast James. Rough sketch. And that was me, and I used to have my own channel before getting kicked out of the Yogscast. Which, you know, I don't mind, but obviously they thought it was the death of me. And after they kicked me out of the Yogscast, they had the nerve to start up Shadow of Israfel without me. I know. I know. They had the nerve to start up Shadow of Israel without me. I mean, look at Simon, Mr. Fatty Fatty Bum Bum, and Lewis, Mr. Oh, look at me, I've got a college degree in Scientology. Kicking me on the Yogscast, Sparrow Dragon 107. Well, I don't need you. Have you seen how popular my YouTube account is now? Have you seen it? It makes the heavens crumble with its glory. Glorious glory. Anyway, so, Yogscast. They suck. And after starting up Shadow of Israel without me, which was my idea, all mind you, my idea. Look, Shadow of is my idea. Shadow of is my idea. Started up, and they didn't even finish it. They did not even finish Shadow of Israel. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate it when I leave stuff unfinished. You don't see me leaving any video things unfinished. I finished my Portal 2 thing. I finished Civilization. And I darn well finished the quest for Affy's sexuality. You don't see me leaving things unfinished, but they did, because they are bastards. And after a while, the Yogscast got involved in some crime. Yeah, I know, crime. And I think you may have heard of that Robot Tin Man. Yogscast Tin Man? Pirate Tin Man? I'm not too sure. But he was in the Yogscast for a while, and he was a beautiful boy. He had flowing golden hair that went down to his biceps. You know, that muscles growing out of himself, and Lewis felt threatened by him. And eventually, what Robot Tin Man discovered was that Lewis and Simon actually had an illegal bee slave company. And you don't believe me on this, but have you ever noticed how much they're obsessed with bees? Project Bee or whatever? You see that? Lewis was always in a monotone voice. Because he was so, it's because he's so used to, like, just degrading bees. But, he didn't even feel any emotion, you know? And eventually Robot Tin Man found out about this mistreatment of bees. And he tried to expose it for what it was. A disgrace to human endeavours in life. And whenever he tried to expose it, by making one of these exposing videos that I am having going right now, Lewis actually framed him for stealing money from the Yogscast account. And they kicked him out. They kicked him out of the Yogscast for apparently stealing money. They didn't steal anything, Lewis. You know it as well as I do, that none of these dollarinos were stolen. Okay? I think I know that you're a fraud. And you're just a liar. And also a bee slave breeder. So listen, Simon. You've just got exposed, son. Bam! 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 There's gonna be like fire there and everything. I don't know if there is actually. But if there is, that's cool. So, you just got exposed. Bam, bam, bam. And, I'm coming for the rest of you next, Yogscast. Don't think I forgot about what you've done to me. Pirate Dragon 107. Don't think I forgot about you, because I haven't. And I'm gonna come for every last one of you. It's gonna be great. You're gonna enjoy it immensely. It's gonna be fantastic. And after I'm done, you're gonna have no credibility on the YouTubes. It's gonna be great.